After the success of Yoshi's Woolly World back on the Nintendo Wii U, it would only make sense that Nintendo would continue on what now seems to be Yoshi's identity, making Yoshi into different arts and crafts type of products. In Woolly World, Yoshi, the enemies, and the world were made up of yarn, but in Yoshi's Crafted World, everything is made up of cardboard. Yoshi's Crafted World is a 2D side-scroller mixed in with 3D depth perception in the background, which means anytime if there are enemies or even sections of a level where you can fire back there to get coins and even collectibles, that option is open. The amount of details that the designers have put into making each level and even the world look like cardboard is truly inspiring for combining video games and arts and crafts together. The story of Yoshi's Crafted World starts off with all the Yoshis surrounding the gem set stone, an artifact that can make dreams come true. Baby Bowser and Kamek set the different kinds of stones flying into different parts of the world, and it is up to any color of Yoshi to go and track it down. The overall world design and level layouts is completely different compared to 2D Mario and even 2D Kirby games. There are some locations that only have 1 or 2 levels, while others will have more, so it is not always consistent with each world, but gives it their unique style. Like I have said previously before, you can select a different color of Yoshi at any time before a level. It is all for cosmetics however, since they all share the same layout as controls and even attacks. Speaking of attacks, Yoshis are known to gulp down their enemies and use the Yoshi's eggs as projectiles. In past Yoshi games, if you wanted to use an egg, that egg would have an automatic scroll, where you would have to perfectly time up your attacks while trying to dodge obstacles and or even enemies. In this game, all of that is gone. You can lock on to whatever object / enemy you want to attack and fire. This makes Yoshi more enjoyable as a character and your attacks more precise. Speaking of cosmetic items you can put on your Yoshi, in each world there are stores that you can spend the coins that you receive on these different kinds of costumes, each outfit ranging in different tiers of rarity. At first I thought this was a cute gimmick, but as I played the game further, it was a concept that I wanted nothing to do with. Do not get me wrong, it is cool to see which costumes you receive, but the gimmick gets old after a while. There are 2 different kinds of levels. The first is playing through the level from left to right just like a 2D platformer. The other type of level is trying to find Poochies, these little pups that are Yoshi's best friend. There are 3 in each level, and to get all the flower collectibles, you need to find all 3 in a certain amount of time and finish the level. These type of levels go the opposite direction and go from right to left. These are fun levels but are actually quite easy to complete the first time around. Of course, there are different types of levels, some involving using different mechs, while at least one involves murdering a whole Monty Mole population. These levels add a new feel to Yoshi games since they are not the same old repetitive 2D platforming levels. The music in this game is disappointing. Some of the songs that they play in the overworld and even selected levels all sound kiddish. The songs keep the same tone and same notes throughout the whole stage. It sounds like it is on an endless loop. Do not get me wrong, when I think of Yoshi, I do not think about the music that comes from Yoshi games, but I felt like they could have done better with this one. The last thing that I want to mention when it comes to Yoshi's Crafted World is the collectibles themselves. Not just the flower collectibles that you find throughout each Yoshi game, but sometimes as you advance, different types of characters will ask if Yoshi can find certain items for them. You might think that this adds a new type of playstyle or even a scavenger hunt type of game, but really it creates annoyance. Yoshi's Crafted World collectibles are not really that fun to obtain, and there is no real reward for collecting all of them. You just collect them and that's that. There is nothing that is driving the collecting forward. And for this kind of art style for Yoshi, it is really disappointing since there could have been a lot of potential, even callbacks to other Nintendo franchises that they could have put in the level/courses. Think of a Mario Mushroom or a Mario Star, or heck, even a Metroid in the background, or even just as a collectible you can obtain, but it's all made out of cardboard. I think that would have been sweet to see. But of course, it's wasted potential and it does not happen in this game. Overall, I think Yoshi's Crafted World is a nice, relaxing game to play after a hard day at school or work, and I think that it is its biggest strength. The game is easy and enjoyable to play, especially if you have kids or people who are new to gaming. The biggest plus for this game is, of course, the new art style that they have used to create this game. Moving forward, it would be very interesting to see which art style they put Yoshi into now. As always, thank you guys for watching this review. I'll see you guys on the next video.